I'm outside, laying in a field with tall grass, and the sun is low in the sky. It's late in the day. I can hear the bugs calling, and I can feel the heat from the sun. This was the first house that I lived in the field out back.
Beautiful. Do you feel yourself there? Do you feel younger?
Younger.
Beautiful. And how do you feel here? What feelings do you get from it?
Safe, calm, protected, at peace.
Do you
No,
always come here?
yes.
Beautiful. Is there anyone else there with you?
No,
Any animals around you?
actually there are others around me, but I don't see them. I just feel them.
Okay. Are you able to move around in this area? You able to walk around, or are you laying down, you said?
I'm laying down.
Are you connecting to the earth?
Yes.
Go ahead and absorb that and tell me, what does it do for you? What does it do for your energy?
It revitalizes and renews me.
Well, let's go ahead and take that in. Since you're there, let's go ahead and feel that experience and tell me everything that's going through your mind.
Nothing is going through my mind. It's very empty, and it feels good that I don't have to think of anything.
Beautiful.
Just be.
Are there any flowers next to you?
There are little wildflowers. Everything's mostly hidden because the grass is so tall.
I'm wondering, are you able to tap in and hear the flowers sing?
Yeah,
What does it sound like?
little bells. Thousands of little tiny bells.
Are they playing a song or an orchestra?
It's more of just a wild sort of harmony.
How does that feel to be able to hear that?
It feels like we're all family and we're all related and we're all the same.
Do you want to tell the earth and the flowers around you that you love it? Do you want to send love to the while you're there?
Yes.
Go ahead and do that and tell me what happens. What do you sense and feel?
They're
Do they
sending it to me.
say that again?
They're sending it back to me in a huge wave.
Beautiful. How does that feel for your body?
Feels really good.
I'm pretty sure all the little insects around are happy that they get to feel the love too, huh? All the little life forms underneath you.
Mm-hmm.
Does it ripple?
Yes.
And what about the trees?
The trees are far away in the distance.
Mm-hmm. Can you feel their energy when you're there?
Yes.
How does that feel, that connection?
It's different. It's different energy. But it's the same, but it's older. More solemn. Feminine energy.
Mm. Beautiful. Do you want to send the trees some love as well?
Yes.
Tell me what happens. Do they accept it?
They do. And they send love back. Ugh.
And how does that feel to have that received?
It feels like sisterhood.
Mm. Beautiful. Beautiful. Do you want to hang out here for a little bit, or do you want to continue to journey? Do you want to see if you can connect with anyone while you're there? Maybe there's some messages there. Are there people that are coming, into your site? Well, what are you doing? Just the more you talk, the more things will happen.
My grandmother's there. She's telling me that I need to talk more and not swallow my voice. And my voice feels really tight right now, like I just want to cough because it's clogged.
Okay. Tell Grandma I will look into that when we do our body scan. Do you want to tell you anything else?
She says to pay attention. The signs are all around, but I'm not noticing them because I'm not paying attention. I'm focusing inside instead of outside. And I have to learn how to do both at the same time.
Is that why you're a Gemini, the gift of the Gemini? You find humor in that.
I'm a strange Gemini. And so it is something that I have to learn.
Did Grandma tell you you were a strange Gemini?
Oh, yes.
Oh, gosh. Can she explain a little bit to you, or do you understand that?
It's because I'm an introvert, and usually Geminis are extrovert.
Oh, so there must be something else in your zodiac chart that is that you need to tap into that's keeping you an introvert. Because I know we have more. You know, we have the moon that affects us, Mars, different places. Unless they can tell us where this placement is that you need to focus on.
The extrovert is the Venus in Aries. Everything else is introvert. A lot of Virgo, Taurus. The fire, the Venus is fiery. It's the only fire that I have.
Oh, Venus. Well, I think if we're going to have fire, it's good to have it from Venus, right?
Yes.
The passion, the fire, the love. Is that what Venus stands for?
Yes.
Or is there something else? Protection?
Mars is protection. Mars is Taurus.
So Taurus, they're kind of, they don't move. They're like bulls. And
Yeah.
in her past career, she felt like she was stuck. She couldn't really say anything. Is this connected?
Yes. It's very stuck. Having to swallow what I really thought and what I felt. Pushing forward against the mountain. Never giving up, but always pushing forward. Like the beast of burden.
Right. Yes. She was wondering what was going on. So am I talking to Grandma or am I talking to Kenzie?
You're talking to me, Kenzie.
Okay. You want to go ahead and give your grandma a hug while you're there and tell her you love her?
She was my mother.
She was your mother?
She was my mother in many lives.
Oh. Okay. But in this particular life, she's your grandmother.
Right.
Interesting. Okay. So do you, your mother and her have a connection?
My mother is not really connected. She is, but she's not. It was difficult. It's always been difficult.
Did that pass on to you? As far as your daughter and your situation with having to be a single mother and just the struggle, is this something that comes from, or is it completely a different scenario or different situation, or is it connected? Like,
No,
is there, okay, no? I don't know, did that make sense?
it doesn't really come from her because it's completely different.
Mm-hmm.
But it's connected. Everything is connected.
So is your mother and your grandmother from two different galactic families, soul families, different galactic soul families, or the same?
Oh, yes, very different.
Are you able to know where they come from?
My mother I think it's Lyra. But my grandmother's Corvus.
Corvus?
Corvus.
What's that?
Corvus is the raven. Corvus
Ooh.
supports the Hydra. Corvus is connected to the supernatural. And also Orion.
Ooh.
Orion was very much taken over.
By the Draconians or Reptilians or Archons?
By all of them, because of their gifts, they were hijacked. Because Orion is service to truth, not service to self or service to others. The third path, Orion has always stood for that. And that is why, because to hijack truth is where power comes from to create deception and to control others. And that's why Orion has always been targeted.
Yes.
But many of us from Orion are here now because we are service to truth. And eventually, because it's the organic path, the organic ways are stronger than the artificial. That's what I'm here for, and that's why it's hard for me to speak, because that the voice has been under attack and it's been tied and bound.
Yes. So is Grandma helping Orion?
Yes.
And what is her mission? What is her job?
She was here to protect me. I was always the one that she protected because I needed to stay hidden. I don't know why.
Is that why your mom had two girls? To keep one hidden?
Yes, my sister is the queen, and she is out in the front and center. And I stay behind. I stay.
You stayed behind?
I stay hidden.
Oh.
And I gather the knowledge and I teach it.
Have you and your sister had many lifetimes together?
Yes.
Are you from the same galactic family as well?
Yes.
What was that?
Yes. And she came here, she followed me into this family.
Now, did you pick this family? I know you're very upset about the situation. Can we confirm or deny this feeling with Grandma? Did you pick your parents or were you thrown into this family?
No, they were chosen for me, for my highest, best good.
Can you tell your grandmother about that? Because I know you've been struggling with that feeling. Is there any way you can ask her? She can just explain to you what your mission is with this family.
My family had to show me the contrast and had to hold me back and keep me silent and keep me invisible so that I could eventually break out of that after living and being suppressed for so long that eventually I would throw that off.
So I feel like the reason why you had such duality in your family was so that you were already aware of the dark side. Is that why?
Yes. My father was the dark side, and my mother chose to not see it. She kept her eyes closed and refused to see the truth. And that makes me angry. And that's what I fight against.
So can you ask your grandmother what's going on with your mom, why she's so stuck in the matrix? Is your grandmother not helping her? Is you her focus? Are you her focus and not her?
I was always her focus. My mother has a different mission, and it's not connected to us. My
What's her?
grandmother,
Sorry. What was that?
not really sure, but it always felt foreign. I never could understand it.
Can you ask your grandmother? Maybe she can explain it to you.
She can't explain it, but I'm seeing the Horsehead Nebula, and it's dark and hidden.
The Horse of Nebula?
The Horsehead Nebula.
What's that?
It's a place in the galaxy. It's actually farther. It's farther than our galaxy. It's out at the edge. It's at the edge of the universe. And I don't know what's in there, but it's hidden. My mother's part of something. She
Excuse me.
has chosen that it's not time for her to learn the truth. She's part of the lockdown and the patterns that are keeping humanity in fear. She's part of that matrix.
Part of the duality. So basically, to have her in your life as your mother, it's kind of a distraction because she's your mother, so you care about her. So if you're focused on her and her focus is the lockdown, then that's their way of kind of getting to you. Is this what I'm hearing?
It's also to make me see the contrast.
I see.
To see what I don't want. To see the consequences of staying blind and not speaking truth.
Mm-hmm. Not telling her how you feel.
Right.
What would happen if you did? Would she receive it, or would she cause more problems for you?
She can't receive it.
Okay.
There's a wall.
Mm-hmm. All right. So is it just best for you just to send her love every day and shield and protect?
Yes.
Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Is there any way your grandmother could tell you whether or not you, your grandmother, or your sister are, and your mother perhaps, or and even your father, your family, are any of you part of the 144,000?
Oh, yes.
Is everybody?
I am. My grandmother is. My sister is. We're all in the light.
Beautiful. One other question I got for your grandmother is she said the third path, service to truth. What is the first and the second path?
Service to self, service to others. Those are the two well-known paths. But service to truth is the third.
Is there a fourth?
There will be someday, but right now it's not revealed.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I like that. All right. This is very interesting. Were you able to give your grandmother a hug while you're there? What are you guys doing?
I gave her a hug.
Tell me the atmosphere. Are you guys sitting down drinking? Are you eating? What are you guys doing there in your happy space?
She's moved away and I'm just in the field.
Okay.
I'm in a crystal cave.
Uh-huh.
With all kinds of colors of stalactites and stalagmites.
Uh-huh.
It's underground somewhere.
Beautiful. Are you alone?
Yes.
Is it dark in there or do you see light?
It's dark and light at the same time.
Okay. Is the light coming from the crystals?
Yes.
All right. Beautiful. And I want you to see if you can look down at your feet and if you see your feet below.
They look like fins.
Can you describe that?
Blue-green with scales. It's almost like a tail, but it's not really together. It's separate. But the bottoms look like fish fins.
Beautiful. And if you look up towards the top of your body, what do you see as you're moving up? Do you have a full torso that's a fish, or can you explain how you look as you're moving up towards your hands?
I have scales, but I'm still human. Like, it's green, blue, and iridescent. I blend with water. I can be in water. I can also be on land, but water is better.
Do you have legs or do you have one tail, I guess you would call it? I don't know what you would call it.
I have legs to swim, I put my legs together and use the feet, which are flippers.
Mm.
So I'm not like what people think a mermaid or a merman. Not quite.
So you have two individual legs, but they look fishy, and you can put them together and it becomes like one?
Yes.
Okay, so you can bend your knees pretty good.
Yes.
All right, beautiful. And what about your hands? Are your hands like, what do they look like?
I have fingers, but my arms are, I have like fins attached to my arms, a long, sort of billowy skin that helps me to swim. But I can grasp with my fingers. I need my hands to grasp. I need to be able to do both, swim and pick up things and use tools, because I'm in water and I'm on land.
Is this cave your home?
I don't really have a home. I'm responsible for all of this land. I'm responsible to it. And so I'm at home anywhere. I don't need to have what we call home today. There are a few of them.
You're like a traveler?
Yes.
You said there's a few of you?
There are a few of us.
Like your family or your species? Is that right? Did I say that right? Your species, I don't want to insult you.
It's not, we are the same, so it's the species, but we're all related and we're all connected. We're only separate in our bodies, but we're all connected. And it's our job. That's why we're here. We're here to protect.
Do you feel male or female?
I feel both.
Okay. Do you, how old do you feel?
I feel young. I feel like I've been here for about 300 years.
300 years young, huh?
Yes.
Well, I can only imagine how much older the older ones are. Who's the oldest? What is the oldest living people like you? How old do they live till?
Thousands.
Really? And what dimension are you in?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Does this feel like Earth or somewhere else?
No, it does and it doesn't. It's not Earth the way that Earth is now.
Is it a different Earth?
Yes.
Is it like the first Earth? Or the second? I think we're in the fourth Earth. Is that true?
It's an older Earth. An organic Earth. There's no pollution.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, beautiful. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to imagine in front of you a spiritual mirror, and I want you to look into the spiritual mirror. You can hold it or look into it, however you decide. But I want you to look at your reflection and tell me, what do you look like? Can you describe your face, your features, any, decorations, jewelry? Just take a good look and describe everything you see. You're doing beautifully.
I have scales, human features, but scales. And my eyes are strange. They almost look like bird eyes or fish eyes. I'm definitely connected to aquatic.
What about cat eyes? Do they look like cat eyes?
Some cat eyes, different. Cat eyes are different.
Okay.
It's all kind of related, I think. There's some commonality to all animals.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Beautiful. So, is there a name that you go by?
Not really. I don't know, because we communicate with each other and we're always in each other's minds. So there's no need to have names.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, we'll do something in a second. I just want to get back to your face really quick. Are you wearing? Is there anything different about your features? Like maybe your teeth? Are they pointy? Your nose? What does your nose look like? And your teeth?
My nose is flat. I don't really have a nose, I don't think. I have pointy teeth.
Uh-huh. Any jewelry that you're wearing? Mm-hmm.
I'm not wearing clothes. I don't need them. And I don't. Maybe there's a necklace. Maybe that is a necklace of some kind. It kind of looks like seaweed.
Mm-hmm. Is there seashells on it or something? Coral? Shark teeth?
No. No. Seaweed is what? Seaweed is beautiful. That's a decoration.
Beautiful. Okay. So now that we got that out of the way, what are you doing in this place?
I'm listening to the crystals sing, and I can feel the vibration, and that's how I know that everything is fine. I can feel the crystals. This is my place that I watch out for. And all of us are connected to the crystals. And the crystals are always singing. You can always feel their song. And that's how we know that everything is fine.
Mm. So what would cause it to not be fine? Is there something that you have to keep an eye out for?
Something is coming. It's not good. Others come. They want to use the crystals. We have to protect the crystals because the crystals keep the structure of Earth and all the life here intact. But there are beings that want to use that. They're not for the good of others or the earth. They want to use it because they want to make war. And so we're worried because we know that something's coming.
Is it going to come through a person or a being, or how do you think it's going to come through? Frequency, a vibration?
Yes, using weapons of frequency. And that will destroy the harmony.
Is this what the military is doing with all the sound frequency stuff?
Burning electrical weapons. It's using electricity.
Mm-hmm. So every time we use electricity, it's messing up the frequency with the harmony of the earth?
Yes, because it's artificial.
I see.
It can be, electricity is here and anyway, and it can be used naturally without making it too strong and using artificial means. It's man playing God. And that's what's happening now.
Right. And they're purposely doing that because they know they could just do it organically, right? Is that right?
They don't want to wait. They don't want to use the organic methods because the organic methods can't be used to control.
Mm-hmm.
Organic methods are in respect of all life. It's not to manipulate or control.
What about solar power? Is that any good? Or is that another?
It's still using artificial means. It's temporary. There are better ways. Solar power is child's play.
What's the other way? Crystal grids with gold and copper coils?
Magnetism. Magnetism is one way. And all of the elements on the earth are here. Man can use what we have already without causing harm without going overboard, because that's what man does.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not the original man. It's the man that has been hybridized artificially. It's not natural.
Are you talking about the people that are here that are soulless?
Yes.
Mm. Right. I know. They're sneaky, aren't they?
They don't even realize that it's the disconnection from source that makes
Mm-hmm.
them have the hunger that can never, ever, ever be fulfilled. Ever. It's like the black holes that they create. The black holes are outside of them, but they're also inside of them.
Yes. I know there's a lot of things going on these days with the whole AI and CERN. I heard CERN opened up another avenue to open up another portal. Is this true?
CERN is Tron technology that's very, very ancient, and that is only one of many. There are galactic technology that came from outside, far, far outside of all of the galaxies near us. They've been here, they were brought in, and they've been installed in places beneath the earth for a very long time. And they open wormholes and black holes, and they have been doing this. However, organic is stronger, and eventually we can repair all of that. But it requires people to remember where they came from and that they are responsible to do this.
Yes. I know that was one of the questions she had is she wanted to know, or she felt like people need to be held responsible for the things that are happening ancient times, and now we're reliving. Are we reliving the fall of Atlantis? But are we now living the rise of Atlantis?
We are reliving what the choice point that happened in Atlantis. And many of us remember, and we learned. Many of us knew that we needed to make a different choice. And so that's why we're fighting so hard now. It's because we made the wrong choice then. A lot of people are young, and they did not make that choice. They were not there. They are young. They lost the memories. But those of us now who are aware, most of us chose poorly then, and now we are here to make a different choice. And that's why we fight.
Yes. Yes. So, I wanted to ask that. Thank you for that. This is amazing. All this information. So, would you be considered a mermaid, or are you different species? I know that there's 3 types of mermaids. Is this true?
I think that I would be what people call a mermaid,
Mm-hmm.
but this is how I choose to be. I could merge more with the sea and lose the legs and have it be just one long tail and look like a typical mermaid. But because I go on land, it's much easier for me to be this way. And that's how most of us are. Some prefer to stay more in the ocean, and they choose to be as mermaids and mermen. But there are those of us who prefer to go back and forth.
Okay. So, when you're in with your community in the water, do all mermaid people look alike, or do some look like humans, some look like fish, some look like reptiles? Is there different types of?
It's all how we choose to be. We have that choice. We have that ability. It's only now people need to wrap language around things things that just are. And so we always had the ability to shift into whatever form we prefer, and we do. So sometimes there are some who prefer to be more solitary and always be in the water and be in the depths even, because that's where they feel that's their area that they need to watch out for. And so they look more like the reptiles, even kind of like dinosaur looking creatures, but they've chosen to take that form. They don't have to be. The longer that they stay that way, the harder it is to change back. And so it becomes a matter of your habits and where you stay. And so those of us who move back and forth between land and water, it's easier just to kind of be all in one and just move back and forth without really shifting form. But some of us have taken on as their more normal form, one way or the other.
So do you guys help the ones that are deep down below? Do you bring them food, or do you do anything special for them? Would you is there a hierarchy? Like, do you take care of them, make sure they're always okay, or is it each fish person for themselves?
There's no need. There's no need to do anything. Everything that we need is we're surrounded by everything that we need. And every being is sovereign. If there was a need for help, they would put out a call and we would answer, because we're all in communication with each other. And especially in the water, it's easier because, again, the crystals magnify the frequency and make the communication flow easier. It's harder when you're on land. So I think that those of us that are in the water for longer periods of time are more used to having a more easy flow of communication. You become separate as you spend more time on the land. And that's part of what has caused the evolution of people today feeling like they're so different and so set apart from each other. But the ability to be in communication with everyone is still there. It's just a matter of focusing on that and getting more used to it through the medium of the air and the atmosphere. It's much, much easier in water.
Yes. Would you say you're connected to the dolphin and whale family?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
And do you guys interbreed with each other, or do you guys stick to your own? Or do you have human babies? Do you have babies with humans as well?
I'm not old enough to even think about that yet.
How old are you there? Oh, 300. Okay, so how old are you when you start to have kids and family?
Oh, much older.
Okay.
At least 800. At least 800. And so.
All right. Well, we won't talk about the seaweed and the seeds. So let's do something fun. Let's go into the water, and I want you to take me on a tour to your home, or to where you would go to be with your community or something. Let's go for a little ride. Let's go for a tour. So I want you to go into the water and take me along and tell me what does it look like and where do you go, or what's the life like? Does it have like the crystal castles like we see in the movies, or is it much simpler like Shark's Tale?
There are some crystal castles. It's not a dimension that humans can see. It's outside of the three-dimensional, what matrix eyes can see. So our people are still here, but we're not exactly in the same dimension. There are crystal castles. There are beings who choose to stay and keep more to each other and not have much contact with outside. But it's not like Hollywood. There are fish, there are sharks, there are sea creatures everywhere, and everything is in harmony with each other. Strange artifacts make their way down here, and they're pieces from the land, and they're viewed as curiosities. But we, as a people, are more concerned with making sure that the environment is the way that it should be, as organic as possible. And so we tend to avoid having much to do with the outside. And there are a lot of us that feel that way. I don't know if I like to go back and forth, if it's because I'm young and foolish, but I like to have both worlds, and I like to be around both worlds. And because I like to go to the surface and be on the land, it's easier for me to be the guardian of the crystal caves that are underneath the land and closer to that. So it's most of us the younger ones who are kind of like me that like to be in both. So we're the ones that stay and watch and protect the crystal caves that are closer to land. I don't really feel like I belong. I don't like to be too long in the cities under the water because it's just they're kind of stuffy and they're stuck in their ways and they don't want to venture around and experience everything and I do.
Okay. Tell me, the last time you were in a city, where did you go? What's the name of the city?
The city, Hathamore,
Hathamore?
Hathamore.
And what are people like there?
They're they like to play. They always like to play, and they're very calm and peaceful, and they take care of the fish and the animals, the creatures, and they spend more of their time just kind of caretaking the creatures. But there are not a lot who like to be in these cities. There really aren't a lot of us. Certainly not a lot compared to the humans now that are here on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And more of us tend to be spread out and to be more solitary. So we come into these cities just when we feel like it's time to celebrate and to play with each other. And then we go out and focus on our caretaking and protecting and making sure that all is well and guarding crystals.
So is this during the time of Pangea?
Pangea.
Or
And
does it feel more like Atlantis? What does it feel like to you?
so I know more about the ocean than I do about the land because I am there more often. I think it's one just very large, endless land. And I'm sure that there are other beings there, but I don't really have too much connection with them because the ocean is it's just so much more free and flowing and more comfortable.
So the people above, are there fairies and elementals, or are there also humans and giants?
There's all of that. There's everything.
Is there cyclops?
Yes, they're very wise.
Are they gentle?
Yes.
Okay. What about unicorns?
Oh yes, there's everything.
Beautiful. And do you connect with the magical creatures up above?
Not so much. I really connect with the crystals.
Mm-hmm. Are they curious about you?
Sometimes the young ones seem to be when they see me, but I spend more time in the crystal caves.
Do you ever bring crystals up to people?
No, I don't. I don't ever disturb the crystals.
Okay. Beautiful. So let's go for a swim. Are you ready to take me on a tour underwater?
Okay.
Let's go. Describe to me along what happens. Give me some details.
So we go down, and it's clear, but the deeper we go, the darker it gets. And the cold is very refreshing. And the weight of the water is very, very massive. And you're aware of it, but it feels comfortable and comforting. And so I can understand why some of us choose to stay down here and to take on the form that's more of a reptile, just to stay here where it just feels so safe and enveloping. And there are less creatures the deeper that we go. So I prefer to stay where it's much higher and there are lots and lots of fun creatures that love to play and swim. Dolphins are especially delightful, and they love to travel. They love to travel, and they love to bring the frequency of their song. And so as they travel around, they are bringing healing frequencies to all the different places around the earth where they travel to. And that helps to add to the overall song. And it's the organic song, it's the music. And that's what the sea and the oceans are all about. It's the song. Everything is music. Music in the water. And that's what I'm aware of when I'm down here. More than anything, I can feel the crystals singing. I can absorb their messages, and their messages are of peace and love and harmony, and it vibrates through the water, and it vibrates through my whole entire body, and I'm one with it, and I can feel the consciousness of the others, and we're just all here together, even though we're not close to each other. And it's also that way with the dolphin and the octopus and the whales. Everyone is contributing their musical voice to the organic song and keeping the frequency so high and so beautiful. And that's what life is like here, living here. We're all one, we're all in song all the time. And that is what was so different compared to now. The song is still there, but it's harder to hear. And now I've become disconnected from it, and I'm trying to get it back. And the song is why the voice is so important, because that's the place where the song comes through. That's the portal. The organic portal is the voice. And if people can learn how to open that up, that will bring in all the frequency of song that will fill up the entire energetic body and cleanse the system and restore all of us. It's the music, it's the song, and that frequency, the artificial song, is what the electrical unbalanced things, the assault is using. It's to overpower, the same way that food has been overpowered with alterations to amplify parts of it that are artificial, and it's the amplification that causes the receptors to burn out and become numb. And that's why, that is how it is the weapon that it is. And to open up the voice allows you to hear the natural organic song and to take it in and to transmute all of that artificial. That's the key. That's what people have to learn, that the voice is the key.
Yes. So do you suggest that that she listens to dolphin music, dolphin sounds when she's meditating?
Whale song, yes.
Well, okay.
That brings the memories back online. That helps to heal the fragmented memories of the DNA. Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So do you have glowfish at the bottom of the ocean to give you some luminescence for some light down there?
There are some of those, but it's not necessary for me,
Mm-hmm.
because I can feel everything. And you don't need to see with your eyes, because you can sense where you are, what's around you.
With your third eye?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So do you have, like, you guys don't have, shopping centers, market, Saturday flea markets or anything like that? Church on Sundays? You guys don't do things like that?
No, there's no need of that.
Beautiful. So I heard that there's different bubbles below the water where there's different communities where people can walk on land. Are you aware of any of this?
I'm not aware of that here.
Maybe a different Earth.
In other times and other dimensions, probably.
Mm-hmm. Do you stay in your dimension in this Earth where you are, or do you travel to different ones just for vacation?
No, I stay here because I don't want to leave the crystals.
Beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. So let's fast forward a little bit. How old do you live before we do that? How old do you live in this life here?
I could live for thousands of years.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go to a time where you're a little older and perhaps maybe you're gonna have a family. Can we find where you have love in this life or something? Let's fast forward to when you're a little older. Let's see what that's like.
There's not really a need, because we're all connected. There is no need for that. It's not like it is today.
Oh, so do you have a mother and a father in this life? How does that work?
I do. How did
How were
I?
you born? Were you born like a did your mother give birth to you? How does this happen? Does she shapeshift to do that? How was
It
childbirth?
it feels like my mother just decided to parthenogenically just birth me. And that's what we do. We choose. There is no need for there's no need for mating. It's if when we choose to have children, we create them.
Okay. Beautiful.
Because we're we're a blend of we're a harmonious blend of the masculine and the feminine. So others can choose differently, and some do. The ones that stay in a particular form for longer tend to take on more of an identity connected to that form. But that's an evolution and that's a choice. And many of us choose to just stay the way that our species has been. And
Okay.
there's no need to change.
Beautiful.
I don't feel the need to, stay in a particular. I don't need to take on more of a masculine or a feminine form. I like to be both. And so when I decide that I want to create a child, I can do that so that I can pass on the responsibility to care for the crystals.
Yes.
But there is more. You can understand why other species want to do and to stretch beyond what they came from. You can understand why there's a desire to learn more and to experience more that's outside of what you're used to. So I can understand these other galactic beings who travel and want to find and explore and learn about other places. I can understand that, but I don't really understand the need to
For
control.
yourself. To
Right.
what?
To control and to be destructive.
Mm-hmm.
That is a foreign consciousness that I don't understand. But I do understand the desire to travel and explore. And I suppose that all of it kind of does explain how there have been millions and millions of years and different wars and battles. It all comes from the desire originally to experience more than what you are.
Mm. Interesting. Well, I guess that's why I got 5. Shame, shame, shame. But I'm trying to help save and help, help the balance. So I guess that's my mission. But as I know, I'm one of the 144,000 as well. So I know our mission is a crazy mission. So let me ask you a question. is there a piece of me there with Kenzie as this being that you are? Did we know each other in this life?
Oh, I believe so. I believe so.
Because I was told I was a mermaid as well in a past life. Just curious if we swam in the same circles.
We are all here, and we all share the same desire to protect this beautiful place. So, yes.
I know I also was taught to work with crystal energy by the fairies above ground. So I'm wondering, was this part of our mission together with the crystals and the healing of the earth and everything? Protecting the...
It was, and it wasn't so, it was understood that was all of our mission. That was why we were here. That was why we were here, and it was known, and we all lived that. So now it's such a struggle and a challenge to figure out and remember our mission. But back in the beginning, it was understood. And it wasn't even really, we didn't view it as a mission so much because it just was. And so now it's remembering. It's remembering that state of being where we just were. And in the being, we did. And that is what we have to remember now. And when we remember that, we'll be back there.
Yes. Would you say you are considered a high priestess or a priestess above ground? Or does that matter below ground, in the water as an aquatic mermaid being?
It doesn't matter here. It will matter in future times. That sort of thing becomes more important in future times. But now we're all the same. And so there is no need for some to delineate roles like that, because we all have the same responsibility. It's just that we choose different areas to be in. And this is where we're going to put this areas where each of us choose to protect, but we all have the same responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
That is more a part of the land where there is more separation and there's less being in tune with the frequency of the song. You have to take on more concrete and more distinct separate roles from each other.
Right. I see. Is there anything else that we need to know about this? This has been such an amazing thing to experience. Or can we possibly visit one of those amazing crystal castles? Or what would you like to do from here?
I keep seeing the stars and space and the swirling swirling galaxies, and so I would like to travel.
Okay, beautiful. So let's go ahead and leave this scene here. And I want you to imagine yourself going into that galaxy and picking a place where you want to go next and see yourself traveling there and tell me what that feels like along the way and let me know when you get there. Let your body go into for your highest healing, anywhere you want to go. What do you see? Do you have your eye on a place?
It's a blue star.
Okay.
It's a blue star, and there are dragons, blue dragons everywhere. And this is where the dragons originated, with a blue star, a blue sun. There are 3 suns here, but the closest and the biggest is blue.
Mm. What color are the other ones?
One is a pale white, and the other is more of an orangey glow. And that one looks like it's much farther away.
Would this happen to be the solar sun, cosmic sun, and galactic sun? The great central sun, the solar sun. Am I saying it right?
I don't I don't think that this is near the Grand Central Sun.
Okay. Okay.
It's rather out of the way. It's not near. It's not near. But there are the dragons. The dragons are flying all around. They have such an ancient wisdom. They all came here. They started here, and then they returned here because they were hunted. And now they're only here. They came here through a Stargate portal. They came here to have sanctuary.
Do you know what portal that was?
I think it was connected to Andromeda somehow.
Okay.
There are different dimensional stargates. There are so many different dimensional stargates. And Earth is connected to all of them, which is why we have all of these cosmic memories that we have to get back.
Yes.
The dragons were on Earth and they were hunted, and so they left. They don't like humans. They don't appreciate the way that they were treated at all. And so it will be very difficult to convince them to come back. But that is mission that we should work on, because they bring a certain wisdom that's otherworldly, that adds greatly to the consciousness of the planet. And so when they left, Earth suffered.
Yes. Did you say they left during the fall of Atlantis?
No, it was much before then. It was much before then.
What happened before then? Was this during the when Lyra was taken down?
There have been so many different races that used Earth and the creatures here as ways to prove their power and their dominion. And so this is an alien consciousness. This is an alien consciousness that came here and brought wars and rumors of wars and the desire to have dominion. And they've been coming here for millions of years to prove themselves. And they've come and they've left, and they've come and they've left, and each time they've caused Earth's inhabitants to radically change. Earth has been used almost like a hologram, like a holodeck sort of experience for other races to come here and to play games without any consideration or respect for the life that was here. And that's been the reason why Earth has been the battleground, and why so much carnage has happened here, and why so many different races have been here, and why so many different Earths have had to reform in different dimensions, because there was no respect and there was using in service to self. And that is why extinctions have happened. Extinctions have happened not only because species have been killed out of existence, but they've also left, and they've gone to sanctuary planets in different dimensions through stargates where they can be safe. And so it's very important that we who are here now, who have come back here to repair and restore, remember our mission and do it, because so much is at stake. It's not just Earth, it's all the stargates to other dimensions and other places, because so many species, so many creatures have had to leave. And Earth is the doorway to all of the places that they have gone to. And so that cannot be taken over, because it will allow access to multiple different dimensions and all of these safe places that these creatures and these species have gone to.
Yes. Yes. What planet is this called? This is not planet Zyborg, is it?
Planet Zyborg?
Yes, isn't that a blue dragon planet?
Zyborg. I don't I don't know. That name is not familiar.
Okay. What blue planet is this where the dragons are?
I don't know the name of it.
Okay. All right, that's okay. Take me around. What is the is there only dragons here? Is there humans here as well?
There are only dragons here.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want humans.
Right.
They don't want anyone coming in. I'm surprised. They don't care that I'm here, but they're not interacting with me.
Now look down at your feet. Are you a dragon as well?
Yes, maybe that's why they don't care that I'm here.
Okay. Well, let's have a little fun. Why don't you look around, and the first one that you feel connected to, I want you to go over to them and say hello.
Oh,
Do you fly? Do you walk? What do you do?
yes. I fly.
Are you flying right now?
I'm flying now. We're all flying. And he doesn't choose. He doesn't choose to interact with me. He looks at me and then he turns and flies away.
Mm. Well, I just want them to know that I do love, honor, and respect them. And if any of the dragons over there would talk to us, I would be honored. So let's see if we can fly around and see if there's one that's drawn to that wants to connect. What happens? Tell me where you go from here. Take me along and see if anyone chooses to interact with you.
So I'm flying along and I see dragons in the distance. And they're very solitary. They're not together. They're not in clusters. They're just wheeling around. And so when I try to catch up to them, they fly away. So I keep trying. It feels like I am a trespasser here.
Really?
I'm not naturally a dragon.
Okay.
Feels very alien. But I can be here because I have that ability, and I can shapeshift and be whatever I choose to be.
Okay.
But it's not natural.
Well, while you're there, just maybe you can send them love, send them a little love, and we can fly off and go to another place if you want. Everybody could always use a little love. See if they receive it. Does that feel good to do something like that?
Yes, it does. There is a massive trauma and anger consciousness that they're holding.
Oh.
They don't forget. They don't forget.
Mm.
And they're angry they're angry at us. They're angry at us for allowing what happened. And
Mm.
it's, I suppose it is justifiable, but it would be, it will be a long time, I think, before they will forgive.
Well, I'm curious, as knowing that you have the ability and that you are connected to the crystal energy, are you able to help them in any way? Can you leave them possibly like a gift, a small crystal or something that can help them? I mean, I know that we have the ability to do anything through time and space. Is there something we can do for them? Send them love? Maybe you can sing something for them beautifully, or I mean, as a traveler, you who says that you can't do something nice for them, right? Or is there a law that you can't? I don't know. What do we
No,
think?
there's not a law, but I can send them love, definitely,
Okay.
and invite them when they're ready to connect. And I can send them Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And so now I will leave.
Do they receive it?
There was an awareness that wasn't there before.
Mm.
So now, hopefully, they'll think about it.
Yes, because the time has come where we have put a stop to all of this, and now we're here for healing. So, like like Doctor Who, we're here to stop in and do a checkup and let them know that we love them and we're sorry, and we're going to, with mother's love, we're going to fix this.
Yes,
And
we
we
have,
love them.
we do. We do. We love them.
Beautiful. Does that feel good?
It it feels good, but it feels like a terrible weight of responsibility to know what we did by allowing.
Yes. Well, that's it wasn't just us, it was many, many other planets, right? And everyone has now played our role, and we're fixing it, right? It's checkmate.
Yes, it is. It
All
is.
good. All things have to come to an end. So we're sorry, and we just want them to know that we love them. And we do know how important the dragons are. And that is one of my personal missions, is to always remember the phoenix dragon and the
Yeah,
dragon. Are they connected to the seraphim?
I believe they are.
Okay. Well, are you ready to leave this place now?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to close this scene, and we're going to move to another time and place where we can find healing for your highest good. So we're going to close the scene, and be there now. Tell me what you see, sense, or feel happening around you.
I think I'm going through Stargate, and I'm now in a tropical forest. It's very quiet. It's very green. It smells wet and mossy and like nature. It's very healing.
Beautiful. Can you look down at your feet and tell me what your feet look like?
Human.
Human? Are you wearing shoes?
No.
Barefoot?
Yes.
Are you male or female?
I'm female.
And do you feel older or young?
I feel middle-aged.
Okay. And how many toes do you have?
6.
And look at your hands. Tell me how many fingers do you have?
6.
Okay. I want you to imagine that you're in front of a spiritual mirror and look into this mirror and tell me, what does your face look like? Describe to me what your features look like.
I have dark skin and I look almost like kind of like a Native American. My eyes are yellow gold and I have dark brown hair. It's long. I look definitely native.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Are you wearing anything in particular? What are you dressed? How are you dressed as?
It's some sort of like a shapeless kind of drapey sort of tunic. It blends in with the scenery here. It's like brown, very nondescript. I just I can fit right in and blend in with the forest and nobody would see me very well.
Okay. I want you to look around you and tell me what are you doing in this place? What's happening around you? What are you doing here?
I came here because the Stargate is here, and I came because this is where I live, and it's my responsibility to protect it and to make sure that no one disturbs or desecrates the area. It's very powerful here, and that's why we live here. We are here to protect the Stargate.
Yes. Beautiful. And are you on Earth? What planet are you on?
I'm on Earth.
And what Earth is this? Earth 2.0, 3.0? What Earth would this be? The same as the before or different?
It feels like the Earth that we're on now that's been desecrated and harmed, because there's a sense of urgency in the need to protect the Stargate.
Mm. So would you say that this is I don't know, would it be considered a parallel life to the one that Kenzie's living?
It's not now, it's before.
Okay. All right. Do you feel human or do you feel like you're from the stars?
I feel like I belong here.
Okay. Beautiful. So are you by yourself in this place? Do you have a family that you live with?
the tribe is here. We're all, this is all of our, we all live here and we all protect the Stargate.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Are you able to go to a time when you and everyone is all together in a meeting or talking about what you're there to do? Do you guys have like meetings and stuff like that?
Yes, we do. In the village, we all come together. We celebrate together. Every day is a celebration, except that there's always the knowledge that people could come that don't have the best interests of the earth and of our village in mind. So part of our job is to keep this land hidden so that they can't find us.
Yes.
Do that through rituals and earth magic. And our people have protected this Stargate for a very long time, and by doing that. There are many others like us but not like us that also protect the Stargates all across Earth and have done so for a very, very, very long time.
Would you say eons?
Yes.
So let me ask a question. I'm curious. In one of these meetings in the village, let's see who's there. Would you say that her soul family is all there?
Yes, I would say. We are all related. We've been here. We've incarnated many times.
Is her grandmother and sister there with her in that life?
Yes. Yes. My sister is the chieftain of the village.
And your grandmother?
And my grandmother is here, and she takes care of the temple. She always wanted to serve, and so she doesn't want to go far away from the Stargate. So she lives in the temple.
Mm. Am I there with her there? Is there a piece of me, a version of me there?
Yes.
Really?
You are actually you are a huntress. So you're one that carries a spear and would be a warrior if it's necessary.
Am I male or female? I'm a female. You said huntress, huh?
You're a female.
Why am I not surprised? And what about Aurora? Does she play a role here with us?
Yes, she does. She comes and goes. She is actually a runner who visits different villages and keeps people connected with news of what's going on in other places. So when she comes, she brings knowledge, and everyone celebrates and welcomes her.
Beautiful. What about Amanda, Indy? Is she there with us? Is she one of our light worker sisters?
She is another warrior.
She's there too?
She's another warrior, yes.
So there's no coincidence that we're all connected again.
No. And the women are as warrior-like and protective as the men. In fact, well, women are also held with great respect by the men.
Yes. So I wouldn't be surprised to say if Aurora's husband Zen is probably there too.
There is a man with her.
He seems beautiful. This is great news. Beautiful, beautiful. Is there anything else you want her to know about this? What would you like her to know?
The women are more brightly, many of the women, especially the warriors, are more brightly colored, and it's funny how it's the opposite of the animals that we see now, and how the male is usually has the bright plumage. It's the opposite of that. The women are the ones that are, when we sit down together and we're in the room together and we're celebrating, it's the women who are wearing the bright clothing and the colors, not the men. That's very different.
Yes. It seems like in every species here, all the males are more brightly colored. Like
Yes.
the fish, the birds.
Yes. That it's not that way with our people.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, in this area here where you are, what would you like to do while you're here? Do you want to go around sending love? Do you want to connect with anyone? Where would you like to go from here?
I would like to go to the Stargate and really take in the energy of it.
Okay, let's do it. Take me along and describe everything that you see, sense, and feel. And the more you talk, the more you will get details.
The Stargate, you can feel the energy and you can hear the music. It's the closer that you come to it, the music gets louder, but it's inside your head and you can feel the vibration in your whole body. And then it becomes an awareness of colors, almost psychedelic colors, as you step into the place where it is, but it's not here in this actual physical dimension. It's here, but it's not here. It's slightly off dimension, but it's so powerful that you can fully experience it without stepping into it and traveling. And it was placed that way, slightly out of this dimension, so that it would remain protected and not accessible. And only those who have the guardian ancestry in our bodies can actually access the Stargate itself. And so that's why we're here, because we belong to it and it belongs to us. And so if I chose to, I could step into it. But I don't want to do that. I want to just feel it and just merge with it energetically, which is what I'm doing right now. And so the colors are so beautiful and the music is so loud, and I can feel it and sense it with every atom of my being. And it almost makes me want to sort of transform this physical body into light and sound and merge with it. However, if I did that, then I would travel and I would enter it and I would go someplace else. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hold on to this body. But that's what I would do, and that's what you do when you travel in a Stargate. You transform and become light and frequency. And so we all have that ability if we're in the right place.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Beautiful. Take it in. Enjoy that feeling. Take it in. That way, when you meditate, I know you have trouble meditating. When you meditate, you will envision this place and envision yourself there. Is that a good idea?
Yes.
Beautiful. Would you like me to play a singing bowl while you're doing that, or do you want to just go ahead and take in the natural experience that you're having now?
Try the singing bowl and see how that adds to it.
Okay. Did you notice anything?
My third eye is buzzing like crazy.
How does the natural music sound where you are?
It sounds really, really beautiful, and I can just feel it all the way inside every atom.
Take it into your body. Let's see if we can take it in. Are you able to take it into your DNA, take it into your body, and just let it resonate with you?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and do that. Take a deep breath in and just feel it coming in. Tell me how that feels if you want.
It feels really vibrant, like liquid light.
Beautiful. Is it kind of like a light elixir or something?
Yeah, I guess you could describe it like that.
What was that?
That you could describe it like that.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Well, there's no surprise that that you want to do this, the grid work stuff. It's in you. This is what you're supposed to do.
Yes. Yes, this is what I'm supposed to do. And to bring others back also.
Beautiful. Does this have any connection to do with the blue flame that she dreamt about? And I think she said she saw some guardians.
The blue flame is the actual consciousness of the earth. It is the life force that the organic Christus template is made of. It is the blue, it is plasma.
Is this connected to the Father flame, the Father Christ consciousness, or Mother Sophia, anything like that?
It is the Christos perfected organic template embodied in the ray of light, the form that is embodied by the masculine principle, the archetype of the divine masculine.
Father, as we call him.
Yes.
Is this also connected to Archangel Michael?
Yes.
Would you say Archangel Michael is her archangel, her higher archangel?
Yes. Yes.
Would you like to tell her anything about that?
Archangel Michael has always been here, waiting to be remembered. And all the work and the waking up, the awareness of the blue flame is bringing it back, and it's strengthening it. And so every day, call upon the blue flame and bring it in and embody it. And always remember the responsibility. It is very protective, and it will spread and radiate and strengthen all across the land as the guardians wake up and begin bringing it back into conscious awareness. And we're getting there. It's happening. And Archangel Michael is strengthened by all of the awareness of the blue flame when everyone consciously makes the choice to use it for the purposes of healing. It heals, it restores, and it brings back the divine masculine principle and repairs the inverted toxic masculine, which is the shadow archetype. It's here to be returned and restored.
Beautiful. Yes. Would you suggest we do this at 2:22 daily? Is that connected to the divine masculine, that 2:22?
For Me, numbers are not so relevant, but for some who are very much connected to numbers, it would be helpful.
Mm-hmm. So what about for Kenzie, like dawn and dusk? Just take a moment when she meditates and shields to envision herself with the blue flame.
Dawn and dusk, and to sing at any time and at all times, because the song is always there, it's always playing, and that feeds the blue flame.
Mm. What song do you suggest she sings?
It's the soul song that each of us have inside us. And when we open our mouths and we just sing, that is our soul song. And so that is what strengthens and brings the blue flame into more physical reality here. You sing it back, you sing it into this world.
Can we take a moment and let her sing? Can you show her to sing her song so when she watches this in the privacy of her own home, that she can connect with the sound and hear the sound once again?
The soul song.
Beautiful that was. Yes. Is that doing her body good?
Oh, yes.
Well, thank you. That sounds very beautiful. Now she knows exactly how it goes. If she didn't before.
It changes because it's just giving the voice song, and it's all the soul song. Everyone has a soul song.
Beautiful.
Everyone. And the native cultures knew this, and so they would sing their soul songs in celebration and ceremony. It was a part of life. It's a part of life that's been forgotten by the people today who are so disconnected from their organic roots. And so bringing back the organic roots is also helping to empower the blue flame.
Beautiful. Yes. Beautiful. Is there a special crystal she can use to connect with the blue flame?
The citron crystal there's a special connection with that. And because of that particular crystal, that was the crystal that I first woke up and felt a connection to. And so I have this crystal all the time with me. And all crystals can be connected to, because crystals have that they embody the frequencies and it doesn't change. And so It's just a matter of getting to know each crystal and feeling the consciousness of the crystal and connecting to it. Any of them can be used, but there's a special connection to this particular citron.
Okay. Is the citron, that's not the yellow crystal, is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
It's a quartz with a gold sort of infusion inside.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's one of my favorites. I was told it brings joy and luck and protection.
Yes.
Beautiful. Is there anything you want to do from this point? Is there anywhere you want to go? Is there anything else you need to know?
I have a lot to integrate.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know that this is going to be very helpful and useful for Kenzie, and I'm just very excited for her, and to be in this place and to know that we're working together. Is there any message you want to send to her, or should we move on to the higher self?
Feeling detox symptoms is normal and happens after these connections, and so not to be afraid. And it's very important to stick with the plan and not be derailed or distracted, and to stop using media to the extent that it's becoming a big distraction. That needs to be a focus.
Mm. Are you speaking to both of us here or just her?
Speaking to both of you.
I knew it. Okay. All right. Yes. More writing, perhaps, or more in-person meetings?
More writing, more reading, not digesting video and things which are of this world that are there to distract. It's not helpful.
Okay. I see that. I know. I'm watching. The numbers aren't adding up. Sorry, I have to find humor in this. It's just so. As a Gemini, we're trying to, adjust to our missions here. So I'm just trying to add a little humor. So beautiful. So do you suggest that she should continue into the practice and possibly do what we're doing now, the aura?
Not quite like this. There, to find, everyone will find their own way. It's definitely through hypnosis, but there's using hypnosis and creating something that is unique. That's the way to go.
Yes. I feel like mine is a little unique, would you say?
Yes, very much so.
I really want to assist her with the grid work. I feel like that is also a focus of mine in the Stargate. She's so knowledgeable about it. Is this something we're going to be doing in the future together?
Yes, and the more the better.
Yes. Beautiful. Would you suggest that what I'm doing with the hypnosis and with her gifts and abilities together, this is a good way of getting a lot done?
Yes.
Okay. Beautiful. So there's a reason that we were drawn to each other.
Oh, yes.
She feels like she doesn't hear her guides or hear her people talking to her. Are you helping her?
They're always around. They're always trying to get through. It's because distraction is a big problem. More grounding is definitely in order. She knows that she has to radically change some of her personal habits, and she's resisting doing that.
Yes. Yes, it's the ninth inning. No more playing around, right? It's time to get the pacifiers out of our mouths, stop crawling, and it's time to realize we can fly.
Right.
Beautiful.
And lose expectations, because that's another thing that's very limiting.
Yes. Beautiful. Anything else you want her to know? Or do you think this is a good time to connect with the higher self?
This is a good time to connect.
All right. Well, I thank you so much for connecting with us and showing her this other version of her. And I love, honor, and respect you. And I send you off to continue your your life and your mission and till we talk again.
Until we talk again.
Thank you. Blessings and love. Right. And so at this time, I'm going to send you off with love. And at this time, I'm going to go ahead and call in the higher self of Kenzie. So, Kenzie, would your higher self allow a connection at this time?
Yes.
Beautiful. So, can I please have all the consciousness of Kenzie return back into her body? And can I please speak with the higher self now?
Okay.
Hello, blessings and love. Am I speaking to Kenzie's higher self?
Yes.
Thank you for connecting with us today. I know that you hold all the answers to the questions that can you tell me anything about why you took her to her first life that we went to, which was well, let's start with her resting area. You took her to her resting area. Is this the place that she always connects with?
Yes. This is the place. This is the place where she always goes back to.
Mm. So she's very much connected to these lands here.
Yes. Yes, this area, very strong family connections.
Beautiful, beautiful. Anything else you want to tell her about that life?
the life, it's relating to the grandparents. And this land here now was from my grandmother. And that land there was from my grandparents also. So it's a very strong connection. And it's a sign to show her how strong and important the roots are. And that's a big responsibility, is to heal and empower the land.
Yes. Beautiful. Is she supposed to be doing some healing work on her land?
She has been.
Okay. Is it working?
Yes.
Okay. And what about her mother's land? Is she doing work by being there as well?
Yes. It's all connected.
Okay. Beautiful. Anything you want to tell her about balancing her her fire? I know that she wants to be able to speak her truth and be an assistance to others and help with the Stargates. Is there anything you want to tell her? Some advice what she could do to help come out of that a little bit? Have more confidence is what she's looking for.
She doesn't fall back on on the strengths that she has. She's focusing on what she doesn't think she has. And so in the accepting of the strengths, that will allow her to find the confidence in the areas where she doesn't think she's strong. And it will allow it to build. And fire doesn't need much of a spark at all. So it's not necessary that there be any more than what it is. And so allow. There's a strong will to change, but there's also a fear that's involved with that. So by sitting back in and allowing and also accepting, that's where the balance comes in. And from a place of balance, she'll be able to move forward. And also remember the times in the past when she has.
Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Can you tell her a little bit about her Raven Hydra connection?
Corvus is a very, very psychic and telepathic race that is not very common. It's an understated strength that is of support and inner knowing. And to have that knowledge sometimes makes all the difference in the world. So focus more on the connections there in the telepathy, because telepathy is one of the strongest gifts that Corvus has. The Raven can walk between both worlds, and so take the path of the Raven and just allow the impressions that come and accept them as real, and don't question that it was your imagination. Accept that it's real and that it's there. And so that will enable the gifts and the strength of Corvus. Corvus is a galaxy that's near the Hydra galaxy. And the Hydra is one of the oldest galaxies in the cosmos. It's been used to create stories that have really been deceptive to create impressions in the minds of people so that they can be controlled through metaphor. And it's not, things are not as they seem. There's much more to it. So to study the real history, you have to also go within and meditate. And that is what needs to happen. Corvus has always been a very supportive, the races in Corvus have been supportive of the Hydra's race. And so in ancient times, they were always sisters. So there's a strong connection there.
The Hydra, are those the snake people?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. So would a raven be one of her spirit animals, would you say?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Anything else about that we need to know about?
The ravens used to be everywhere, and now they're not so present. And so it's necessary to call them back in.
And what is the difference between the raven and the crow? Do they have different missions?
Not really. It's mostly it's geography.
Oh.
Ravens are more, they're slightly larger and they tend to be found more in Europe. Crows are distinctly North American, but they're essentially the same bird.
Oh, okay. Yes, beautiful. So they both help with the, are they connected to Hades? Would you say?
Well, they can go to the underworld and they can come back and return. They can cross the veil effortlessly, which is why that's part of the reason why they're telepathic and they have such strong connection to telepathy. It's because they are connected multidimensionally.
Yes. I know the unicorns, they mainly work with the rainbows, so I was curious if the ravens worked with, like, the gates of Hades or something. Now, is Hades considered like a bad place to be if there's such a polarity there, or is it just the underworld?
Hades is more of a dimension, and it's a construct that's been created in people's minds through mythology to describe a religious sort of, it creates more of a fear than is real, because souls are eternal and ascension is our ultimate purpose. And it's not to be trapped in some place of darkness, which is what Hades really brings up when people think of it. So right. It's more of an almost, it has a religious sort of mental kind of perception that's more man-created than real.
Like Satan and the devil?
Well, everything is archetypal, and archetypes are the purest embodiment of energies that are very specific. And the devil is certainly an energy, and it certainly embodies evil, and evil is real. So Satan and the devil are as real as anything else. as far as are they embodied in a particular individual Earth incarnate right now, it depends on how you perceive.
Yes. No, the devil's gone. He's long gone in my mind.
The same as the Antichrist. That the Antichrist energy is, we're seeing it everywhere. We're seeing it it is anti-life. It is the opposite of eternal life. And so therefore, yes, it's real. Was it born to, is there one person that embodies that energy right now? I suppose it's possible, but more it describes the energy that a lot of humanity is carrying around right now as they are living in a way that is anti-life.
Yes, with this whole new movement, what is it, the transgender or
the transhumanist?
Yes.
That is anti-life. That is archonic, and its goal is to merge biology with artificial, and that in the process, the soul is stolen, and so yes, that is absolutely anti-life.
Oof.
And that embodies the essence of the Antichrist.
Well, I want to put a stop to that. Can I throw that out in the universe?
Yes, I want to put a stop to it as well.
Yes, let's stop this nonsense. Yes. Beautiful. Let's see. Can you tell her why, what was going on the dragon planet that she went to? She felt like she wasn't allowed there. Did we intrude?
Yes and no. Yes and no. They need to know that we're sorry and that they are welcome, and they need to know that not all humans are like that, and that sooner or later there will be a time that they can return, and we want them to know that they are welcome. So it's not ever a bad thing with the intentions of good. They're just not ready to accept it yet.
But the seed has been planted.
Yes.
Beautiful. And all we have to do is water that seed and send them love, and maybe they'll start to feel it.
Yes.
Beautiful. What if we envision the blue flame around their planet as they are blue as well? Would this help?
It could certainly not hurt.
Beautiful. Whatever we can do. I'm just trying to figure out what is the best way to use the blue flame. I want to be able to help and connect with them. Ironically, I'm supposed to be a fire dragon, so I'm actually staring at a fire dragon. So it's the red and the blue. So I thought that was kind of funny. Let's see. Anything else does she need to know about this that you took her to? Or should we see what else is there you want her to know? I know she's got some questions, but before we move forward, I just want to make sure she gets all the answers that she's looking for. I know she was able to go to the Stargate. Is there anything you want to tell her about the last place she went to?
That's a very strong connection, that Stargate. But all the Stargates are connected, and so grid work remote grid work can be done and should be done for all of them, as well as other areas across all of the earth, but especially here in the Northeast.
Okay.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. That's why I was born here. That's why I've never left. It's because of the connection to this land.
Yes. Now, is there a Stargate there in Massachusetts where she's at?
There's not an accepted Stargate. However, new Stargates can be created.
Is it good to create a new Stargate?
It's good to create a new Stargate if your intention is good and is focused around healing and restoration. And that is where we're moving as we evolve. And that is one of the roles of grid workers moving forward into the future.
Yes. Can you give us a quick 101 on Stargates? I know I don't really know a whole lot about it. Can you just explain it briefly as much as you can about the Stargates?
Stargates are portals to other dimensions. And here on Earth is a very unique planet because it has 12, at least 12, if not more, Stargates, which are portals to different dimensions and different realms, and they're also different paths to ascension. So it's a multidimensional phenomenon that's not just a path to a different galaxy. It's also a path to a higher state of consciousness. It's a path to the different versions of Earth in different dimensions, because everything is about frequency and vibration, and that's what makes up consciousness. So a Stargate is a portal of amazing consciousness and a pathway. And so it is possible to form new Stargates, just as it's possible to form wormholes and black holes. And so that is what people can do as we move forward, and it is what people will do.
Could you create a Stargate with your intention, or does it have to be a physical thing?
It will require more than just intention. It will require action. So in the physical world, it will require physical action.
Are you open to telling us how to do that yet? I know that me and Kenzie are willing and looking to help heal the lands. I mean, we don't have to share this with anybody. This is private. But would you like to teach us or tell us? Is there anything you can say?
Not at this time.
Okay. Do you suggest that we continue working with in Amber, Indigo Angel, with the grid work? I feel like she's very much connected as a teacher in some way.
Yes, she's very connected. We're soul family.
I had a feeling about her.
The teachings that resonate as inner truth that is the sign that this is soul family.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's see if I have anything else here. Do you suggest that she meditates on this as far as the Stargates and the healing?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
More insight comes every time.
Beautiful. Is it a good idea? Should we start to do a body scan for her? I'd like to be able to try to do a body scan and see if there's any blockages or anything that she has that we need to just... Okay, should we call in Archangel Michael with the blue flame?
Yes, that would be wonderful.
Anyone else you'd like to work with?
Grandmother.
Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead and call them in. We're going to call in Grandmother and Archangel Michael. The higher self has asked for your assistance today. We're going to do a body scan. Let me know when you sense them there.
I feel them.
Beautiful. Now, higher self, do you want to do the body scan or do you want Archangel Michael to do it?
I can do it.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Should we start at the crown and work our way down to the root, to her feet, or do you want to just give a glance over and see what caught your attention?
Let's start from the crown.
Okay. Go ahead and scan her crown really good. We're going to look for any dark spots, any implants, cables, hooks, any entities, attachments, reptilians. Just give a good long scan and just let me know when you find something or tell me what you see.
It's clear.
Okay.
Hold on just 1 second. What yes. Yes, almost done. Sorry, my daughter is sick.
Oh.
She resorts to being very young when she's sick.
Well, we're going to send her love. We're going to send her some love.
Yes.
So that she's comfortable and feels good. Beautiful. Okay, higher self, do you want to check her third eye? How's her third eye?
There's an implant.
Who put that implant there?
Yes. Draco.
Can we send Phoenix fire to it?
Yes.
Let's go ahead and dissolve that now. Sending Phoenix fire to the implant. Let me know when it's dissolved.
It's gone.
Beautiful. Can we have Archangel Raphael or Archangel Michael, whichever one, want to step in and send love light to that area? We can send the blue flame. We can also call in Archangel Raphael with the green flame if you want to. It's up to you.
Yes, that's good.
Do that now. Tell me how that looks.
It's clear.
Any cables or hooks there?
No.
Okay, any cords connected to that? Gold cords, silver cords?
There's a black cord.
What's on the other end of this black cord? Where's it going to?
It's going to a dark, shadowy mass. It feels like it's connected to Archon.
Archon technology or an entity?
An entity.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and put a box, Metatron's cube, around that entity there, that shadow on the other side. We're going to encase it right now with the sacred geometry. Let me know when it's encased.
It's encased.
All right. Does this entity have a consciousness?
It's an artificial consciousness.
Can we send Phoenix fire to it and just send it back to source?
Yes.
Let's do that now. Let's send Phoenix fire to it. Let me know when it's gone.
It's gone.
Let's dissolve that cord so it's no longer there. Sever that tie. Go to those roots.
It's gone. Yes.
Beautiful. Archangel Michael, please fill in that third eye with your blue flame. Anything else there hidden?
No, now it feels clear.
All right. Beautiful. Now, how does it feel? Is it vibrating? Is it glowing?
It's been vibrating regularly, but now it now feels like it's flowing.
Mm. So now her messages will start to come in clear.
Yes, finally.
No more hijacking.
No.
Beautiful. Let's move on to her throat. Anything in her throat chakra?
Yes.
What do we have there?
We have a shield over it.
Who put this shield there? Archon?
It's several layers, and it's Archon and Draco.
Mm. Can we send Phoenix Fire to that to dissolve it?
Absolutely.
Let's go ahead and do that now. Sending Phoenix Fire to that shield, dissolving it so that it is not there. Weaken, break, and crumble. It is popped and gone. Is it gone?
It's gone.
All right, Archangel Michael, please send your blue flame to her throat chakra, please. Fill that up. How does that feel?
Feels better.
Is there anything else there in that throat chakra?
No.
Nothing?
Mm-mm.
All right, let's move down to the heart chakra. Anything in the heart chakra?
There is a wall. It's encased. It's not very thick, but it's there.
Archon Draco technology?
This is an entity.
Oh. Okay, let's go ahead and surround that entity with the sacred geometry protection, Archangel Metatron, sacred cube, please. Let me know when it's encased.
It is.
All right. Does this have a consciousness? Can we speak to it?
It's a dead. It once did, but now it's dead and it's residual. It's like scar tissue.
Was it human?
It was human. It was human source.
Okay. Would this entity want to connect with us today? Are we able to speak to it, Archangel Michael?
No, it's gone. This is all that it's behind. It can be.
Okay, so go ahead. What should we do? Send Archangel Michael blue flame to it, or do we need to send it back to source?
We can send blue flame, and then with the blue flame, it'll transmute it back to source.
All right, let's do that now. Let's encase this cube with the blue flame, so that way it can go back to source and transmute and be whole once more, wherever it came from. How does that look?
It feels much better.
All right, what was this causing? What harm did this cause?
It was a barrier. It was keeping out, holding in emotion, and also keeping out awareness.
What can we fill that space up with? Can we put some more, can we fill it up with something different?
We can fill it up with pure source love and light.
Let's do that now. Let's do that now. Let's fill it up and tell me how that feels and what it looks like.
Much more open, much better now.
Now I know that we have two hearts. We have an energetic heart and we have our physical heart. How does her other heart look?
That looks fine.
It's glowing?
Yes.
Okay. Beautiful. Do we go down to the solar plexus now?
Yes.
All right, let me know when you find something. Let's go ahead and keep scanning her body. Thank you, thank you. I know she's going to appreciate all of this.
Mm.
Let me know if you find anything there.
The solar plexus is clear.
All right, should we fill it up with some blue flame just in case?
Yes.
Let's fill it up with some blue flame. Fill it up, up, up. Engulf it in the flame. Let's move on down to her sacral chakra. How does that look?
Very bright and glowing. Very clear.
Beautiful. Let's go ahead and fill that up with some blue flame as well. Let's just fill it up. Little boost. How does that look?
Looks great.
Beautiful. And well, how about her root? How's that root chakra looking? Anything in there hiding?
Just a little bit of dense energy that can be released.
Okay, should we put blue flame to it, or how would you like to release it?
Yes, blue flame is always good.
Let's send blue flame to that chakra now, to the root chakra, removing any of the density that's there. Kenzie is ready to be at her best. She's ready for action. Let's give her a good boost.
Yes.
Beautiful. And what about her feet? How about her chakras and her feet? Anything hiding there?
No, they're very clear.
All right, let's go ahead and send some blue flames to her feet as well. So that way when she walks, the earth below her feels it with every step. I know she wants to feel empowered and confident, and she wants to be at her best first, so she can be at service, so she can speak her truth. And her hands, what about her hands? How do they look?
Very clear.
All right, let's engulf her whole body with blue flame. Let's get her nice and blue glowing. Surround her with this beautiful protection of Archangel Michael, Father, the blue energy. How does that feel?
Wonderful.
Beautiful. How's her body scan? Is her body scan complete?
Yes,
Or
it's
can
good.
we move on to a few things? I know she wanted to know if we can do some reverse aging on her today.
Yes, that would be great.
And how many years can we regress her?
7.
Beautiful. Let's go ahead and do that now. Can we start the process?
Yes.
Beautiful. So that way when she wakes up, she's ready to go.
Mm.
Can we restore some memory? She says that she wants some memory restored.
Yes.
Okay. Can you go ahead and do that now? Restore the memories that are beneficial for her highest healing.
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you. And what about teeth? Can we do any repairs on teeth for her? How's her teeth look?
Yes, they need some help.
Okay. What can we do for her teeth?
Can restore them.
All right. Can we start that process now?
Yes.
All right. Anything else that she needs to know about this? Is there any special herbs you want her to take or anything that she needs to do for this process to continue?
Coconut oil is good.
Should she brush with coconut oil?
Brush with coconut oil and do oil pulling.
Okay. How does that work? What does she do?
You take a mouthful of coconut oil and you swish it around inside your mouth for at least 20 minutes every day.
Wow, that's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, daily. Beautiful. Beautiful. And this will start to help restore her teeth?
Yes.
All right. And what about her vision? Can we restore her vision and repair her retina? She says she's got some sclera problems.
Yes. That needs help too.
All right. Can we send some love light to her eyes as well?
Yes, right now.
Let's do that now, please. Gonna work on that beautiful head of hers. We are here. This is beautiful. I know she's going to appreciate every bit of this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. She wants to know if she can completely detox from all toxins, chemicals, metals, and parasites.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. We didn't find any parasites energetically. Does she have some physical parasites?
Parasites are always a problem. So, yes.
Okay. I know that they jokingly say sometimes gin and tonic helps remove parasites. Is there something else she can take for removal of parasites? Citric, maybe fruit or anything like that?
Mimosa pudica is good.
Okay. And she knows what that is?
Yes.
Beautiful. So can we go ahead and start that process to detox the toxins and the chemicals and the metals in her bodies and the parasites as well energetically?
Yes.
All right, let's start that now. Beautiful. And she wants to eliminate all inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
Can we do that now?
Yes.
Is there something she can do to also help the process?
Stop eating anything that's wheat.
Okay. No wheat. Is that her kryptonite?
Yes. Very, very much like wheat, like carbs. It's not good.
Okay. What should she do instead? What can she do instead?
Eat a lot more vegetables.
Mm-hmm. Is there an alternative to wheat?
Well, as unpleasant as it is, you can always eat BLTs with romaine lettuce instead of bread.
Okay. Nice. I've seen people do that. They have lettuce wraps and stuff and spinach
Mm-hmm.
wraps, kale maybe.
Yeah,
Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Or what if she made like zucchini bread?
that would be great too.
More greens in her breads if she made her own breads, her own.
Yeah, yeah, that would be great.
Okay. Making me hungry. Beautiful. Let's see. She's got some questions here. She wants to know what her psychic gifts are and will they start coming in?
They are coming in. Again, it's the awareness and not being distracted and paying attention. Then the more awareness grows, the faster that happens. There's already telepathic communication going on. There's already clairaudience. There's already lots of claircognizance. That's huge. And clairvoyance is growing too with more and more practice. So it is all happening. It's just a matter of paying attention to it and being grateful and acknowledging it.
Yes. And sitting in silence and in nature more?
Yes.
Laying on the grass, perhaps?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Do you suggest she buys one of those machines that you can connect to flowers and mushrooms and you can hear them sing?
I've never heard of such a thing, but
That real?
it might be a good thing to look into.
I was just wondering if it was archonic or if it was real.
Hmm. I don't know. I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah, they have little videos on TikTok and YouTube where people they have this little device and they clip it um, to a plant or a flower or a mushroom, and they can hear the music of that particular one.
It can probably hear the music of everything that is organic by really just tuning into it. There's
Okay.
no need for artificial tools the way
Mm-hmm.
that people think.
Right. Like the med beds.
Um, right. That is that is technology, and it's spiritual bypassing. People have the ability to heal themselves. They don't need that. They don't need these devices.
Right. Yes. Can you tell her how she can connect to her guides and the blue flame? I'm assuming you're going to tell her meditation, but is there something special besides what you've already said before?
Breath work is really important, and it's very powerful, and that would really change to get into a consistent practice.
Do you suggest she does yoga?
Yes, more yoga would be good.
Okay. I
It's
know
not
they.
not enough.
Right. Okay, and let's see. She wants to know how she can help Archangel Michael.
Again, that has a lot to do with intention, and every time the blue flame is strengthened, that's strengthening him, because he is the embodiment of the blue flame. He carries it. So all of that is, and the fact that waking up to the knowledge of the blue flame and being the guardian is actually helping him.
Yes.
And more people are doing that.
She wanted to know who her guides were and who the other guardians were and guides.
One by one, they're coming to awareness, and they're coming together. And so as more and more people become aware of that, their role, they will step into that. And so we will be coming together. We already have begun in this grid work focus.
Oh, beautiful. The secrets lie within the teams, huh?
Yes. Yes, because guardians of the blue flame are drawn to grid work, because that is specifically one of our missions here, a very, very important mission. So it's a calling.
Yes. Well, I was told I'm also connected to Archangel Michael. Is this true?
You have a strong connection to Archangel Michael, yes. And so meditate on the blue flame.
Yes. Yes, I plan on helping her. We're going to do some big work. We have big plans. I'm excited. Let's see. She wants to know what is the reason why she feels so blocked? And can she unblock herself? I feel like we kind of did that already, but is there more to it?
That's a process that needs to happen with time. And so, yes, today was a big part of that. And it's a process that will continue. It cannot just happen immediately overnight.
Yes. Does this have anything to do with why she feels invisible as well?
Yes, it's all connected.
Okay. Okay. She's not. She's not. She was joking that she was probably like wanted. From the space people or anything. That's not really true, right? That's just a joke.
No, that's a joke.
Okay, good, good, good. I'm glad there's still humor in the universe, you know? Not like, you said it, now it happened. No, no, no. Okay, beautiful. She wants to know what should she be focusing on to manifest abundance?
She knows what not to focus on, but she keeps going back there. And so that it's only a matter of time before she stops doing that, because she's not that foolish. But it definitely is moving into learning hypnosis. That's the foundation. And so from there, it'll be designing a program that will help people, and moving and evolving the program, based on results. And so the first steps have already been started, and that is definitely the way to go.
Is she going to the right person that she needs to learn from?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So she doesn't necessarily have to be an aura practitioner.
No.
Because not everybody is here to do this particular type of work.
That's right. And the more traditional will appeal to the more traditional people, and so many of them need to be helped. In fact, there's really more unfortunate need in that population than there is in the population of spiritually aware.
Is this why I feel, because my husband keeps telling me I need to be a clinically certified, am I supposed to put my foot in that door to connect with people in that area as well?
Because of the matrix and how people are stuck there. In doing that is a more traditional, which will be more readily accepted. So not necessary that you actually pursue that kind of training, in so much as that if it's the way that you present yourself.
Yes. Well, hopefully when I get my session done, I can ask all these questions, and my spirit guides and my higher self can give me an earful. So thank you so much for that. Because I feel strongly working with Kenzie, and I feel like somehow being so close to each other that we're going to be able to do big things together. So
yes,
beautiful, awesome. So let's see. She wants to know about her twin flame, and can you tell her anything about this union and what's going on? I know that she said she kind of felt like she met her twin flame already, but we know that there's more than one. So what would you like to tell her about that?
Stop focusing so much on it, because what's important is the soul growth, and that's what the twin flame journey is all about. It's about soul growth. That's why we have these different types of soulmates, because of how we are meant to grow and evolve. It's to help us in our journey in ourselves. And so worrying and focusing on that is keeping that from happening. So it's necessary to truly focus on the spiritual growth that she's going through, and focus on her own path. And in that process, those who were meant to be together will come forward.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I know she said she met her twin flame, but then they had an argument, and that a few days later, or the same day, a plane crashed where she was. Was there something significant about this whole situation? Was she being targeted? What happened with that?
No, that was one of the signs that she's supposed to be noticing, to show that she is on the right path, that there's huge amounts of energy and there's energetic potential in the work that started to be done on that day. That's what it was. It was an enormous sign. It was a confirmation. And again, when people don't notice the signs that are being sent, the signs get louder, and that's what's happening.
Well, that was a loud one.
It was.
I hope those people were okay. Was there so much?
All of the people that lived in the apartment were fine. The only person who was hurt was the pilot of the plane. And I mean, who knows what what
his journey.
happened. Right.
Okay. Thank you for that information. Let's see. Let's move on. She's got a few questions here about her dream house and her on her land. Does she belong somewhere else? But I'm pretty sure you just told her the family's land is where she belongs.
This is the right place. Yes. Yes. And that will happen. It's, it's a matter of the evolution, the stepping into the abundance, the finding the correct, the way to be able to help people and to serve people through, building a business, and at the same time doing a valuable service that's going to really help people to heal. All of that will bring it all together.
Beautiful. She wants to know if Massachusetts assemblies successfully rise again, and will we be able to bring back our Republican form of government on land and soil and hold the de facto government accountable for its crimes against living men and women?
So that is moving very slowly, and as more and more people become aware, and as more and more people step up, that can happen, but it is going to depend on the people. It's going to depend on other people becoming empowered, and that's why it's so very important to be doing good work in Massachusetts to restore some of that, the fiery spirit of independence and sovereignty. Sovereignty is a feeling, it's an energy, and that is what will bring assembly back up to where it needs to be, and that's what needs to happen in this state. So grid work needs to happen.
Okay, beautiful. Definitely. Is there any crystals we should use for this grid work for Massachusetts, for the area?
There's so many crystals.
The ones that she's called to, perhaps?
Yes.
Follow her intuition?
And the crystals that really are the balancing of all the chakra crystals. So there are crystals that appeal to different chakras and the energy, basically the energy that the chakras embody. All of those energies are really important for sovereignty, and focusing on not only the healing aspect of it, but also the restoring of the confidence and the personal power, and also the opening of the third eye. So it's everything. All of the different crystals that really embody that. And quartz is a very powerful multi-purpose crystal, because quartz is literally, that is the 12-strand DNA Christos template. It's found within the quartz crystals. So quartz crystals are perfect multi-purpose crystals that can be used.
Beautiful. So she wants to know how she can help the souls that are trapped in purgatory and the ones that have been hijacked by the Matrix.
Well, that comes down to sending healing and love and releasing darkness in these dark pockets of areas. And again, healing the earth, healing the grid is going to heal all of the people and the the consciousnesses that are trapped. It's all connected.
So Rising Phoenix Aurora taught us the 13 keys. Should we focus on these particular places, these chakras, and send the love and the teachings that we have from that? Because that is one thing I do. Right now I'm focusing on Egypt.
Yes, that's beautiful. That's absolutely powerful way to help heal it.
Beautiful. I was going to bring this to the table when we do our next class. So.
Oh, that's great.
Beautiful. She wants to know if there's any crystals she can use to detox and heal from vaccine damage. Has she taken any vaccines?
Well, not since, not for years, but all of that, working with the crystals is healing, and especially with directing the intention. It's going to come down to, it's a matter of repetition, because again, that's a problem, being consistent, having a consistent practice. And so sticking with the 40-day disciplines, that is a great timeline to be on, and it absolutely can be enormously beneficial.
Oh, wow. I was like 28 days of, practice, but 40 days is good. That's a good, strong discipline practice.
When you're doing mantra chanting, you typically shoot for 40-day disciplines. For some reason, 40 days, I don't know what's the spiritual significance behind that, but that's something that like that's embedded in all of the, pretty much all of the teachings that you learn when you do mantra study.
Okay. Beautiful. Higher self, is there a name that you go by?
No, not really.
Is there something you would like us to call you? Is there some beautiful angelic name that you like?
Not really.
So if she wants to connect with you, how does she call upon you?
Higher self.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Are you male or female? Or neither? Both?
Both.
Okay, beautiful. Is that why her mermaid self felt kind of like both as well?
Yes.
Was that you that she saw? Was that you as her higher self, or was that somebody different of hers life?
In the early incarnations, we were much more integrated. So it was much more me than now. Now there's a big bifurcation.
Oh, yes. Well, is there any way that you can give her a boost of who she is, so that way when she wakes up, she could be confident and she can be focused? Because right now, I mean, she's got it all together coming out, right? It sounds so beautiful, but when she wakes up, she's going to be like, I can't believe I said that. So can you give her some words of wisdom? Talk to her for a second, so when she hears this, she can hear herself giving her some good advice and confidence, and tell her how amazing she is.
It's all in there, and the possibilities are endless. Remember back to earlier in life when it was a matter of deciding what I wanted and stepping into that and making it happen. And that power is always there. It was never lost. Just because all of the identities connected to ego, connected to the job, have changed, that doesn't mean anything other than that's shedding a layer of skin that no longer serves. And so now it's time to step into the full embodied person that we are, and seize the opportunities that are coming, and remember to laugh and to be aware and to live joyously. And in remembering to do those things, everything will come as it was meant to. And so there's no need to be worried about the loss of this old identity, because that's the biggest problem. It's the ego that is falling away, and what's left is going to be the real authentic person. And so that's where we're going, and that's where we were meant to go, and it's good.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Good. I'm glad she will be able to hear that. And with that, I have a few more questions for you. She wants to know who she was in 1776, and did she contribute to the American Revolution?
Oh yes, definitely. Not necessarily one of the well-known people, but someone who was alive and well and was part of the support team, and took action and stepped up and was brave. And so it's that energy that is back here now, reliving, to bring that back.
Is there a name you can give her that she can look up, that she can read about?
Adam Jones.
Okay. Any special state that he lived in? Was it Massachusetts?
Massachusetts.
Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. And let's see, did her grandfather Cecil Rose reincarnate to Africa?
He did, and he is in South Africa right now.
Is he trying to do good?
That's what he came here to do, and he is in the process of waking up right now as we speak as well.
Okay. Can we send her love and send love to all her family members and surround them with bubbles of love so that way they remember who they are and feel the love?
Yes, that's a good thing to do.
Beautiful. Let's do that now. I know it's not that easy here, and everybody deserves a little love, and it always helps, right?
Yes.
Beautiful. Love to do that now.
Okay.
And then she wants to know how she can help her daughter Athena.
Just keep being supportive and not impatient. That's the main thing. Athena will figure herself out, and that's her job to do. So she's getting there. She is very aware.
Well, with a name like Athena, is she connected to the goddess Athena?
Yes, absolutely.
So have no worries. She's going to be just fine. Just keep sending her love.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny how this always comes back around.
Yes.
Let's see. Well, I think I got all her questions answered. I got everything answered. Is there anything I missed?
No, it's pretty much all good.
Beautiful. Well, I think at this time we'll go ahead and stop. Is there will we be doing this again in the future?
We can revisit this after some good work has started. That would be a good time.
Is there a way that we can go into the hypnosis and just focus on the grid work?
The hypnosis can be used to help focus all of the intent. So it would be really good to build that in to the grid work program.
Uh-huh. My idea is to see if I can have her go under and see if she can find anything. I know that Indy talks about the work that we're supposed to be doing. So is that something I can assist with? Can I help her locate these things that we need to extract or fix or close or whatever we're supposed to do? Because we really don't know what we're doing. We need some guidance.
Well, so it's going to come down to having a loose plan and then just doing it and going with the flow and adjusting as you, depending on what you find and how you feel, and being very instinctive. A lot of grid work is very, very instinctive. And so as we move through the process, we do what feels right. And so absolutely, you will bring your strengths forward, and all of the participants will bring their strengths forward. And so it's just a matter of how do we structure it kind of loosely so that we know, when to look to apply this or that. And so absolutely, the aura is going to be extremely helpful.
Okay. Are we looking for black boxes, like Archon cubes? Are we looking for dragons that are being chained? Are we looking for portals that need to be closed? Is this what we're supposed to do?
All of those things come into play with grid work. You have to start by identifying what you know, such as, this area you can instinctively feel is good or it is being used for something dark and nefarious. And from then on, you adjust the plan based upon that. So we will encounter all of those things probably in just about any grid work session. And so it's just a matter of how then do we deal with it. So it'll be good to talk through it, it'll be good to plan it, and it'll be good to practice. And it's all going to come down to the practice that we do.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that. I think that's all I have at this time. So I thank Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael for their assistance. I thank you.